You might have to listen real hard, but if you do, you can still hear a little bit of a heartbeat of life in this Baltimore Ravens season as they went into Lambeau Field and put together one of their most inspiring offensive performances of the 2025 NFL season. 41 points on the Green Bay Packers with the season on the line. Now, it all comes down tomorrow to Browns Steelers. We'll talk more about that on today's show, but the season could have ended tonight on the cold, hard turf of Lambeau Field, but it did not. Ravens, at least for the next 16 hours, they still got a chance to get into the playoffs. To make that happen, though, Cleveland Browns have to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. Do you want the Browns to do that? If you do, hit that thumbs up button and like today's video. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woof, woof. All righty, let's talk about tonight's game. A lot of really good things about it, right? I thought Tyler Huntley came in, played phenomenally. He did pretty much everything you could have asked him to do. 16 for 20, throwing the ball. That's 80% completion percentage. 107 yards through the air, 105 quarterback rating. Also was dynamic with his legs as well. Made a lot of really good plays to extend drives, convert on third downs, and really just keep this offense on time. But you can't mention this offense. You can't mention this game without mentioning Derrick Henry. Okay? 36 carries, career high. 216 yards, season high, and then 4 rushing touchdowns, which is a career high. Like, he was absolutely unbelievable, and it's so frustrating. It really, really is, to be here at week 17 and for it to kind of feel like Todd Monken's just now realizing that giving the ball to Derrick Henry over and over and over and over again, yeah, maybe that works. Maybe. Just maybe. It worked tonight, man. He's the reason you won this football game. He was the heartbeat of this offense every time he touched the football. It seemed like he was ripping off 6-yard run, 7-yard run. There's 12. There's 4. It was so, so great to finally see an offense that wanted to give him the football. And Derrick Henry did what Derrick Henry did. He performed. Okay? He performed. But again, like I mentioned, it's all not going to matter, unfortunately, unless the Browns don't take care of business tomorrow. And that was the frustrating thing about last week's game against the New England Patriots, is that what you did was you took destiny out of your own hands. It's always a bad thing to do. What makes it even worse is when you put it into the hands of the Cleveland Browns. But that's where your destiny was for the entirety of this season. You still controlled it. But after losing last Sunday night, you don't anymore. So now we got to look to tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern time, noon Central, and we got to pray and hope the Cleveland Browns can take down the Pittsburgh Steelers, because then that gives you a chance to beat the Steelers yourself in Week 18 and sneak into the playoffs. But if the Browns don't win that football game, then what you did tonight, it does not mean anything. So the season is not over yet. Browns got to pull off a miracle. Shedeur Sanders has got to pull off a miracle. Kevin Stefanski has got to pull off a miracle. Myles Garrett, I will personally Venmo you $17 if you can get 5 or more sacks tomorrow. Crazier things have happened, but that's what you need, okay? But for tonight, man, when your back was up against the wall, and if you would have lost that football game, your season would have been left there. The grass of the most historic stadium in the NFL. But lots of teams' seasons had died before. Yours did not this year. Okay? You needed to get the win. You got it. You needed to make a play late on defense. Marlon Humphrey made that play late. Made the interception. But you just controlled this game. And even when it felt like the Packers were going to come back, going to get back into it, your offense just took care of business. Really, really impressive stuff. Okay? Really, really liked what I saw. Who do you think the MVP was? Packers, Ravens? You let me know down below in the comment section. I feel like it's got to be Derrick Henry. Like, it can't not be Derrick Henry. I get it. Tyler Huntley was really, really impressive. But Derrick Henry was Derrick Henry. Okay? So, you let me know down below who you think the MVP was. We got a lot more to talk about on today's show. Don't go anywhere. But if you are going to go somewhere, go to the App Store, download the PrizePicks app, use our code CLNS. You get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. It is the holiday season, even though Christmas is over. It's the best time of the year for sports. Bowl games, basketball matchups, playoff pushes. It's all happening at once. So while you and I are out here making decisions every single day, what gifts to buy, what to eat, which game to watch, there's one place where it feels good to be right, and that is PrizePicks. PrizePicks now is early payouts. If your lineup gets off to a hot start, you might have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes on PrizePicks. How you play is up to you. If you want flexibility, choose Flex Play, where you can get paid even if one of your picks misses. And if you want the biggest payouts, go for the Power Play. No matter your play, PrizePicks is a great way to put your takes to the test. Here's my PrizePicks lineup for tomorrow's game: Steelers, Browns. I took the less on Aaron Rodgers, 187 and a half passing yards. I took the more on Shedeur Sanders, 180 and a half passing yards. And I took the more on Andre Schmidt, 5.5 kicking points. Here we go, Browns. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Link to this promo is in the comments and description of today's video. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. Now, I do have to mention the defense, although they only let up 24 points. Malik Willis, the defense kind of made him look like he was prime Aaron Rodgers. It kind of made him look like he was Lamar Jackson, to be honest. 18 for 21, 288 yards in the air and a touchdown. He added over 60 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns on the ground. He was unfreaking believable. And I thought that Alohi Gilman didn't have a great night. I think that Nate Wiggins, maybe there needs to be a conversation about him, man. I thought he had a really, really poor night, bit hard, and was one of the reasons you gave up I guess he didn't fight hard. He couldn't really see the play. And he's one of the reasons that Malik Willis was able to score a touchdown on a run. He also let up like a 30-yard bomb in one-on-one coverage against Bo Melton, a guy who was a wide receiver last year, cornerback in training camp, now wide receiver in week 17, and you let up a 34-yard catch to him in man coverage? Like, Nate, you're CB1, man. You are CB1. You have got to step up, man. You got to be better than that. You cannot be a liability out there in coverage. You just cannot, man. You can't do it. I think that's what he was tonight. Pass rush, I thought, had a good night. Travis Jones, lots of pressure, even though, Malik Willis was, able to make plays with his legs. But you did what you needed to do. Am I a little concerned that your best offensive performance, really, of the entire year came with Snoop Huntley as your quarterback? A little bit. And there's part of me, it's like, man, where was that? There's also part of me that wants to look back last week and say, dude, if you would have just not blown that football game, that you had a 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, you would not have blown that. We'd be singing a different tune right now, wouldn't we, Gage? We'd be talking all about how next week's going to be it for it all. All the marbles next Sunday or Saturday. It's not the case. Could be, but that destiny's not in your hands right now. It's not. So now you got to watch it. Pray Cleveland does what Cleveland usually doesn't do. Win the football game. Crazier things have happened. You want the Browns to win? Spam those CLEs down below in the comment section for me, please. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. My name is Joey Peterson. You've been watching the Baltimore Ravens Rundown. We are very, very close to 43,000 subscribers. 50 away. Thank you, Gage. Subscribe to the channel, okay? Let's get there by the end of the night. We're growing like crazy. We're not going to stop anytime soon. Guess what? Once the season's over, even if that is 16 hours from now, we're going to still bring you daily videos all throughout the offseason. Best place to be. Daily videos right here on the Ravens Rundown.